MaximumFun.org.
Good morning, MaxFunCon. How are you? Thrilled to be here. Jordan, do you mind if I open things with a dedication?
I insist you do.
I like to open every Jordan Jesse Go live show with a dedication. I feel like it helps keep me centered and helps keep me thinking about how important other people are in the world, even as I absorb your...
You know what I love about you?
What's that?
You're so present. Mm-hmm. You're just present.
Yeah.
You're not lost in your device.
I try and work on my gratitude practice. So I just want to take this opportunity to dedicate this Jordan Jesse Go to the marmot that was wandering around outside the window. I'm going to be frank. I didn't really know what a marmot was until I saw that marmot. If it weren't for the fact that our friend John Roderick is a feral mountain man from Alaska who knows the names of creatures.
I've killed and eaten one of those.
Yeah. I think he's in line to host a reboot of Wild America with Marty Stauffer. But I was thrilled to see that marmot. It turns out a marmot is a kind of tailless beaver or very fat groundhog, like a roly groundhog that maybe eats grass. So here's to that marmot. We love you very much, marmot.
R.I.P. Make God laugh. Yeah. Eat God's grass, maybe. Hey, before we start the show, got just a little bit of housekeeping. The resort here needs us to do some announcements. We'll get to the show really quick, but there's just a couple of announcements. So this is the first one. We'll probably just cut this out of the podcast. This is a little bit of housekeeping. Right. Did you know that the inn at Pocono Manor was once a stop on the legendary Borscht Belt?
That's a fun fact.
Stop by our museum of classic show business exhibits like Danny Kaye's White Dinner Jacket, Buddy Hackett's original joke book, and Milton Berle's Monster Schlong.
They've pickled it.
Add a little bay leaf, you know?
Artisanal.
For spice.
Here's something interesting. It's Pennsylvania Heritage Month here at the Inn at Pocono Manor. Stop by the cafe at lunchtime for one of our famous Quaker State hoagies made with scrapple, Hershey's chocolate, and a paper-thin slice of the Philly Fanatic.
R.I.P.
Nice. Yeah. Make God laugh.
Make God wonder what you are. The resort will be offering 2 activities this evening. Snobs should don boat shoes for the caviar reception in the aviary. Slobs pull on some jorts and head to the rumpus room for sloppy joes and down and dirty fucking. A lot of class warfare going on at this resort.
A little bit of bad news. Unfortunately, the ghost of the drowned Victorian child who ordinarily haunts our halls by night isn't available to bedevil us this evening. She has asked us to read this statement. Dead by dawn, never breathe again. Then it's just a bunch of jump rope rhymes. I don't think we need to read the whole thing.
Some bad news for those of you in a romantic mood. Our signature heart-shaped jacuzzi tub is currently out of service. If you're feeling amorous, why not invite your lover to join you in our other signature tub in the shape of the irascible Mary Tyler Moore show star, Ed Asner.
Beloved figure. Here's something cool. We've recently renovated our game room. The upgrades include a few of the popular European-style games, including Settlers of Catan, Socialized Operation, and a guy in a Speedo making eyes at your wife.
An announcement from the resort's yachting club. Tuesday marks the 5th anniversary of the time we got drunk, accidentally killed Chad, and dropped his corpse over the side. Thanks for your brotherhood, your seamanship, and your commitment to our vow never to speak of the incident again. What a thrilling half-decade it's been.
It's just a fun thing from the yachting club. Oh, finally. You might have heard reports of a grizzly bear roaming the premises here at the inn. But don't worry, grizzly bears never roam east of the mighty Mississippi. What you may have seen is a pervert in a bear suit.
Just some resort announcements. Some resort announcements.
How are you doing? You having a nice MaxFunCon?
I am, yeah. I had a little travel issue.
What was that?
So, you know, it was maybe a 4-hour plane ride here from L.A.
But yes.
Not a super long one, but, you know. And my greatest fear is having nothing to do on a plane.
Right.
Because then, like, I'll just have to, like, read the in-flight magazine and then think about the mistakes I've made. Like,
or, I mean, if you're lucky, you could learn the good news from your neighbor.
That's right.
It's happened to me on a couple of planes.
Yeah, good news to your right, chemtrails to your left.
Yeah. Like, is there, like, a ministry of, like, evangelizing to people who are sitting next to you on an airplane?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe, like, that is one of the rules of one of those mega churches.
Right. They just take a lot of, like, hour commuter flights.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I always, like, overpack stuff to do. I'll have, like, you know, I'll take my laptop. I'll have, like, a big stack of comics. I'll have a magazine. I had a USA Today. I, like, stopped and got a USA Today on the way. I'll have a novel. I have a PlayStation Vita. I just have this, like, huge stack of stuff. You know how, like...
Some word searches.
Yeah, you know how, like,
Sudokus.
when you take a child on a car trip?
Yeah.
You just give them a backpack so they shut the fuck up.
Wildlife bingo.
Yeah. I just, like, and, you know, I usually just end up watching something on the, like, in-flight screen.
Right.
This time I watched XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. We'll get to that later. But so, you know, like, but I have this backpack that's essentially, you know, preventing me from being bored on the plane. So I packed it, didn't use a lot of it, and then I'm unpacking here at the thing. I didn't bring underwear. I didn't, and so I, like, Renee from Can I Pet Your Dog and I drove to Walmart and I just bought a 5-pack of Hanes.
I'm picturing you...
Which are lovely. If anybody wants to see them, I'll show you in the parking lot in 20 minutes. I'm going to leave after 20 minutes.
I was picturing you in your hotel room trying to fashion underwear out of one of those magnetic draw a mustache on a guy's face toys.
Because I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just covering my penis with a Sudoku right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Sudoku.
It's pronounced Ichiro.
Oh, okay.
Did you have a nice time at Walmart, though?
Yeah, I had a very nice time at Walmart.
I feel like if you don't... I think if Walmart is a really regular part of your life, it could get depressing because of the sort of fluorescent lights and pervasive sadness. But when you're on vacation and you go to a Walmart, it is like an adventure where there's just everything in the world is available to you for $1.96. And that can be very exciting.
It was a real treat.
I once had to go to a Walmart to buy a flag, and I felt like a king. I was like, I'll take 4 things of bananas and 1 side table and some swim trunks, you know?
Here's the thing about XXX, The Return of Xander Cage.
Thanks. Good transition.
Thank you. That's my go-to. Have you heard the good news about Xander Cage? He's back!
And he's better than ever.
He faked his own death in the first one. I have never seen a Xander Cage movie.
I've seen original XXX.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
Maybe you can fill in some of the gaps. The things that confused me, maybe you can help.
Well, here, I'll give you a little context for it.
Okay, please, yeah.
He's very extreme.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So he's my daddy's secret agent, right?
No.
Ooh.
The furthest thing from your daddy's secret agent.
So, you know, like I was watching on the in-flight screen.
It's sort of, think of it this way, Jordan. It's a way of capitalizing on Vin Diesel's natural affinity for skateboards.
Right, yes, sure. He's already doing that. We might as well film him.
Yeah.
So I was watching on the in-flight screen, and it was censored for content. So I couldn't tell what was just a terrible line and what was them having to replace a swear. So there's this part where like this hard-boiled FBI agent is like, these wahoos waltzed in here like it was Sunday brunch. And I'm like, was that the line?
I have been playing a video game called The Witcher 3, which I think there's probably some Jordan Jesse Go listeners in here who know how compulsive I got about the video game Skyrim, to the point where I had to give up video games for like 3 years. Because I couldn't look around without imagining myself gathering lavender to make a potion. But someone, a listener actually...
You actually got hooked on lavender, right?
Yeah, I sure did. Dangerously so.
Yeah.
I'm in L.A. right now, not Los Angeles. Lavender Anonymous. And so, but a kind
Hi,
of...
I'm Jesse, and it's been a month since I've made a potion. Hi, Jesse.
I've been focusing on grinding out some Smith skills.
Sure, yeah.
But a listener sent me a new Xbox, and my Xbox died, and he works at Microsoft, and so there's just a pile of them there. And so I bought this game, Witcher 3, thinking, because people said this is like the Skyrim of the new Xbox. So I'm like, I'll buy this. This is the most baffling single media product I have ever engaged with in my entire life.
It is. If I know something about this game, it is that it's like based on a series of Dutch fantasy novels.
I can only presume.
Someone screamed Polish. I'm sorry, because that's why you're sorry. What? Okay. What country is The Witcher from? Poland.
It's from Poland.
Because, right,
That's what happens when you expand the European Union.
Yeah.
You get disasters like this.
Oh, that does explain the mission where you have to put the screen door on the submarine, right?
Yeah. This video game opens with literally... You know they have cutscenes in video games, which are like little animated movies that interrupt the fun of the game? It opens with one that is literally 20 minutes long.
Sure.
I'm sitting there like, you wait an hour or whatever for it to go into your Xbox, and then you start it up and you're like, great, here comes the fucking lavender. And this movie was like Game of Thrones if you like translated Game of Thrones into Vietnamese, then back into English. Like, it was the most it's something about, like, magical people that there's a war on. I guess there's a Witcher 1 and 2, and there's, like, I couldn't, like, I cannot overstate the extent to which I was confused by what was going on, and bored, just so bored.
So
and eventually, you finally get to this place. Like, after you go through this whole thing where this kid, and I don't know, there's a but. Right in the beginning, there's a but. Like, they're like, yeah, but.
Like the beginning of Lost in Translation.
Right, exactly. It's like a cross between the beginning of Lost in Translation and, like, computer animation roughly of the quality of Thomas the Tank Engine. And similarly erotic.
Which is to say very.
Yeah. Henry's pretty cute. So, like, you go through this whole confusing thing, and then there's, like, a training sequence, and then this kid runs away, and then for some reason you're in this village, but you're with this friend of yours who you've never met before, and you're like, finally, I get to play the game. And the thing is like, you're in this pub or whatever, and you have to find a lady that you're chasing. That's the story of the game. You're chasing this lady. And P.S. The previous half hour has nothing to do with you chasing the lady. It's just all about fucking, I don't know, werewolves or something. And so you're in this pub, and you're supposed to talk to the people to find out where the lady is. And I'm like, great, I'm finally going to do something. So I'm talking to the people. And literally the first thing that you do in the game is you talk to this guy. You have this long translated from English into Korean and back into English sequence. Oh, and as in all video games, the protagonist talks like this for no reason. There's no reason for all video game protagonists to talk like Vin Diesel, but they all do. He's like a tall elf man, and he talks like that. But like the first activity in this game is you have to learn a made-up card game that exists in the world of the game. Like that's what I'm like, can I fight a fucking wolf or whatever? And they're like, no, learn these new rules. It's like finally a chance to play a board game in an imagined world. Oh, it's a nightmare. How did the Triple X continuity treat you?
Confusing. At some point, Ice Cube shows up. They zoom in on people like I'm supposed to know who they are.
Stephen Tobolowsky's there for no reason.
Right. Ned Ryerson. Yes, please. If anybody, why don't we just devote the rest of the podcast? Someone come up and explain The Witcher and Triple X to us, and we'll just listen patiently.
P.S. Please don't do that.
Yeah, please don't.
Let's introduce our guest on the program. You guys saw her headlining the comedy show on Friday night. She's a brilliant stand-up comic with a hilarious hour special on Netflix right this very moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Cristela Alonzo.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi, pal. How are you?
Is the prequel to Triple X Double X?
Yeah, they just started with X starring Vin Diesel.
It's called 2XL, and it's about a T-shirt you can wear in the pool.
Did you think it was a porn when you were about to watch it?
I was.
Triple X.
I'm like, boy, okay, fences, maybe. Ooh, what's this Triple X?
I don't think I've ever seen an entire Vin Diesel movie.
What's the most of a Vin Diesel movie you've seen?
Like half of Fast and Furious?
You're good.
Yeah.
You get it.
You've seen what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a mumbling meat triangle
Like,
who hates sleeves.
my family, like half of my family is from Mexico and they have accents and I can't understand what Vin Diesel is saying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he is right. Vin Diesel is from some sort of like floating world that has its own accent.
Hey, what's up?
We had a really fun car trip in. We carpooled here from Newark.
Yes, save the world.
And we had a delightful one-hit wonders XM station on.
Yes.
As we were driving in.
Yes.
You know most of Criss Cross's Jump. You can sing.
Yeah, it's wiggity, 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 whack, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody knows that.
It sounds like Jordan is wiggity, wiggity, whack.
I know.
I know, right?
I've never felt more whack. I know. I can do the whole one about missing the bus.
Actually, Janine's the one that mentioned that one, and I was surprised that I knew those lyrics too. It's like she talked about the bus, and I'm like, and that's something that I ever gonna do again. And I'm like, how do I know that?
I had my best friend Peter Frauenfelder when I was a kid had a friend named Brooke. And Brooke loaned him his crisscross tape, and it became a permanent gift.
Yes.
And so when I was at Peter Frauenfelder's house, we would listen to the crisscross tape. But the gorgeous part about the crisscross tape was Brooke had owned the tape previously, and so when we got to Jump, which is what sure, everybody loves I Miss the Bus and I'm never, ever going to do it again. But Jump is the jam, right? You would get to Jump, and they would do the verse, and then Brooke had hit record and recorded himself saying, jump, jump.
So now you're disappointed when you hear it.
Yeah, that I don't hear my elementary school acquaintance, Brooke. Yeah.
You know, I actually, in high school, somebody gave me, one of my best friends I don't know if she was my best friend now, but she gave me for my birthday the Saturday Night Live book celebrating, like, I guess the first 30 years at that point. I don't even remember. Then she gave it to me, and then she asked to borrow it.
Yeah.
And never gave it back to me.
Yeah.
So she kind of bought herself that book, right?
Yeah. By the way, Cristela, we got you this bowling ball that says Homer on it.
I don't know.
Simpsons trivia yesterday.
I think everybody, has that, like, thing they do at a party to break the ice or when they really want to, like,
Do they?
For the premise of this thing I'm about to say, it is. No, I actually do not. I have nothing. I have.
Cristela has not taken improv classes.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, I totally haven't.
But you're lying, asshole.
I know. Yes, and more like no but. Yes.
Dr. Alfonso, hand me that scalpel. Is it really a scalpel?
But you're a plumber.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And we're all on the moon.
Cristela's improv teacher taught the unusual strategy, oh, hell nah.
Bitch, please. That was the method.
This shit's lame. Just to discourage people from doing improv. But I remember in college, Jesse's thing was you could do the entire crisscross Sprite rap.
Oh, hell yes. The S to the P-R-I-T-E can. It's a lifesaver when you need thirst quenching like a kiss with a lime and twist. Now you know that's kicking. Word, word. Drink up is what I gotta do. Why? Because I like the Sprite in you.
Did it just get hornier in here? How horny is it?
Do you guys remember, I don't know, like, I'm 38. Well,
Yeah.
you don't remember that I'm 38, I just told you.
No.
But when I was in 5th grade, McDonald's had a campaign where they had a rap and they listed everything that they sold on the menu in the rap. And if you memorized the rap and went to McDonald's and like performed it, you could win $1 million.
Oh,
that was the
shit.
thing.
Whoa.
And I memorized it, and my mom wouldn't take me to McDonald's.
Huh?
And I hated it. Like,
We are
even to the
throwing
day,
away $1 million,
like,
Mom.
Big Mac, McDLT, a quarter pounder with some cheese filet, a fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McNuggets, Stacy, order fries, a smaller and a larger size. Like I knew the whole thing. And like, I can't tell you my driver's license number, but I have that still in my mind.
Yeah.
Why don't we remember that kind of stuff?
I think we are the youngest people who
Love that
also grew up in an era where a premise of a thing was just that it was a thing but with rap.
Yeah,
Like,
yes,
like no quality in it, like no, just somebody was like, oh, we should do this, but with the rap.
Say it fast and rhyme.
And
Yeah.
just like the guy who wrote like, you know, Pure Imagination for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is like 67 years old, and McDonald's calls him, like, do you think you could write a rap? And he's like, I don't see why not, it's just talking.
Is the McGriddle out yet? Should I put that in there?
It's not for another decade.
Yeah, he foretold the McGriddle.
Yeah, I think that was also, I mean, like, I think we are also the youngest people who lived to remember the era of NFL rapping.
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my God, yes.
When the NFL's two activities were football playing and kicking rhymes.
And I think people introduced us by their name and then told us what they were here to say. Something major way.
Well, I know that in my lifetime, I learned to wave my hands in the air, and I didn't care.
Yeah.
So it's
A
all
lot of
good.
kids care these days.
They care too
Which
much.
is a nice thing about millennials. You know, like I
They
really
keep their
support
hands to the side,
Yeah.
and they're
really
concerned about social issues.
Care. Yeah.
We care about everything.
You know,
that
one of the
matters.
things you don't hear a lot about that I think is actually kind of righteous about Gamergate is being upset that those SJWs won't wave their hands in the air because they care too much.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I wish I lived in a time where I could wave my hands
Yeah,
in the air,
that's
but
how-
I'm woke.
Yeah.
That's how Dougie Fresh became an anti-abortion activist. He's upset that people...
Something else about Triple X, The Return of Sandra Cage, is the soundtrack is panderingly filled with dubstep. Wop, 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 wop. But occasionally they'll also throw in they'll also throw in a record scratch. So it is just like the worst parts of movie soundtracks from the past 30 years.
Well, I think the really amazing thing about that Triple X movie is that, I don't know, like, I feel like when I moved to Los Angeles, the thing that struck me the most was the extent to which you would see, like, a 47-year-old dude dressed in, like, a surfing T-shirt, skateboarding down the sidewalk.
Yes.
and like this is that in movie form. Like Vin Diesel is like 50.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the premise of this movie is that he's like the world's most beloved skateboarding secret agent.
Yeah, like that kind of guy is just like who you would pity because he was like trying to fuck the hostess at a TGI Fridays. Like that's the real world version of that guy.
We've all been there.
No, sure.
Hi.
Yeah.
You kind of seem really obsessed with Triple X after. Did you just see it that one time?
I
on
just
the
saw
plane?
it the one time, yeah.
You have been, like, it affected you.
Yeah, I guess it did.
It kind of affected
shook
you.
me to my core.
I mean, one of the interesting things about Triple X is I did not see Triple X 2 starring Ice Cube. But like, I think we can all agree that while Vin Diesel has his charms,
Sure.
Ice Cube is actually like a good
Right.
actor and performer in a way that Vin Diesel
Yes.
is not.
He has a little cameo at the end. Ice Cube does. He just
Spoiler.
sorry. Oh boy. Oh, sorry.
Stay for the after credits
Yeah,
sequence,
he
guys.
kills a bunch of dudes with a grenade launcher, and
There's
you know,
just an after credit sequence that's just Jackie Chan messing up stunts. He was not in the whole movie.
yeah, just him hitting his nuts on a fence.
Yeah.
Ice Cube comes on screen for 10 minutes toward the end of the movie and blows up some dudes with a grenade launcher, and you're like, oh wait, oh charisma. Okay, here's someone who should have a camera pointed at them.
Yeah.
Wait, so the end of Triple X is a callback to a movie that you might not have seen?
Yes, yeah.
Almost certainly haven't seen.
Yeah.
We're talking about Triple X 2.
How is it Triple X2?
I know.
That's 6 X's.
The whole.
Right? That's like 6 X's.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, if the 2 is in superscript, it's 9 X's.
Why am I watching math?
Yeah.
Cristela, did you have a plane activity on the way here?
What did I do on my plane activity? This is gonna sound lame, but it's totally true. I get trolled a lot online, and I get trolled by people that like to quote the Bible to me.
Yeah.
And
So it's like you're sitting on a plane your entire life. So just that's your life.
Yes.
Well, for years, I know, like, your entire, like, from when I followed you
Yes.
on Twitter a year and a half ago, I would say 50% of your Twitter output was you trying to convince people that you were no longer making your network
My show,
television
yes.
sitcom,
My
which is
show
like a
was
very
canceled, like-
emotionally difficult thing
Yes.
to do on Twitter.
My show was canceled 2 years ago, and even this morning they're like, "When is season 2 coming out?" Like, it's not. But I get trolled. People quote biblical quotes to me, and I grew up kind of Catholic, like like whatever.
Catholic-ish.
And, yeah. So I bought a Bible on my Kindle, and I've been reading it to fucking Bible them back.
Yeah.
And I think-
WWJD.
Yeah.
And I feel like it defeats the purpose of the Bible, kind of, but not really, because I'm like, I'm gonna out-research you about Jesus, and I'm gonna have your ass.
I say,
You know, like-
my thing is like, focus on the Old Testament, get into that shellfish stuff,
Yeah.
and just fucking like,
Beard lengths, talking donkeys.
like,
yeah.
literally, that's what I did on the plane. I tried reading the Bible, and then I would stop to go on Twitter and
Hey,
like
Cristela,
Facebook.
I don't need anybody Christ-splaining to me, okay? Don't Christ-splain my faith to me.
Explain is hilarious. That's what I did. I did that. I did that on the plane, and it was like it's awkward because then I think the guy next to me saw me reading the Bible, and he probably thought I was one of those people.
Sure,
and
yeah.
it's like,
Right, yeah.
Hey, do you have 2 hours to spare?
Yeah.
And like just headphones on, ignored me the entire flight.
Our friend,
He's like, I was going to tell her about how the earth is flat, but
our friend stand-up comedian April Richardson, who was on the show the other
Yes.
night, was on our flight, and she experienced the single worst airplane nightmare. I mean,
Yes.
I would say like it's ranked this thing, then like severe turbulence where you think you're gonna die, then person who wants to tell you the good news. And number one is the person next to her took off their shoes,
Yes.
took off their socks,
Yes. Yes.
then splayed their feet up on the seat backs of the people sitting next to them.
Yes.
Her bare foot was on the seat back in front of April. April took a cell phone picture of it and showed it to us.
Like,
You know, like a blind rage, like 4 hours later, like still April's mind was driven exclusively by her burning hatred for this person who had put a foot in front of her.
I think at that point, just masturbate. You know, like you might like, well,
Not only that, masturbate barefoot. Like,
yeah,
fuck that.
use your prehensile feet to masturbate.
Yeah, that was some fucking raw realness. How are you enjoying the Poconos,
The
Cristela?
Poconos is really, it's a lot colder than I thought. Fuck weather. The weather's told me it was going to be like 20 degrees warmer, was not ready, went to Walmart,
Yeah.
where I do feel like Bill Gates at Walmart. Like,
Yeah.
like I can buy all of you times 3.
Yeah.
But,
Fucking give me 17 deck chairs.
I know. Like, I would like to buy a gun and a bra.
Yeah.
You know? I love it here. Actually, I've been having so much fun at MaxFunCon. I've been meeting like the coolest people. Everybody's really cool. So I love it. It's my first time in the Poconos. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I literally, Cristela, I invited you to MaxFunCon, both because you're a wonderful stand-up comic, but we didn't know each other that
Yes.
well. But I think offhandedly, when I interviewed you for my show Bullseye,
Yes.
you said you loved Doctor Who, and I said, I've got an activity for Cristela Alonzo.
Yes, yes. I actually, did I tell you the story? When I had the show, one of the co-stars on the show, he actually did a pilot with David Tennant. And that's my favorite doctor, duh. And he didn't tell me.
My favorite doctor is Oz.
I'm an octopus man.
Yeah.
I call him Ock.
Yeah.
He knew David Tennant, and he didn't tell me. He invited David Tennant to a taping of my show. And this is like, you know, you're not ready for this, right? And I was in the middle of taping the show, and I saw David Tennant, and I thought I was hallucinating. Like, I thought, oh my God, I love Doctor Who so much.
I've
now I'm
manifested this
hallucinating.
with my mind.
I-
I can create matter.
I'm in the middle of this episode and I'm thinking, oh, like, fuck my lifelong dream of having a show. I want to see, like, a hallucinated, like, David Tennant in
Like
front of me.
a line kind of didn't go that well, and just off in the wings, a Dalek is suggesting punch-ups. And you're like, wait a minute, what's
I'm
going
like,
on?
I'm so into this. Like, call me Rose. And, you know, it... And after we wrapped, like my co-star said, I have a surprise for you. And I still was like, I think I imagined him. And he introduced me to David Tennant, and like, I lost my shit, started crying, and ran circles around him. I ran circles. I did, like, I don't know if it's, I don't know what the appropriate name is, but like I did like a Chinese fire drill around David Tennant, and I was like, oh my God, you're David Tennant. You know, like he doesn't know who he is. Like, oh my God, do you know you're David Tennant? You're my favorite doctor. Like bawling. There's pictures of me crying, like I just won like the Publishing Clearinghouse sweepstakes. I mean, one of the coolest.
David Tennant does
ever.
travel with giant checks just when he meets a fan.
He's like, can you do the McDonald's rap?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my life's purpose.
Did
Like,
it just get hornier in here?
do you like crisscross, by the way? Yeah, it was like one of the coolest moments in my life.
Well, speaking of music, should we introduce our musical guest?
I would love to.
Yes.
She taught a class here at MaxFunCon. She's a member of the popular band Au Revoir Simone. Please welcome to the stage the one and only Annie Hart.
Eddie. Thank you.
understand you now for the first time in years, for the first time in years. She gave me what I want, she gave me what I want, she gave me what I want, she gave me what I want. I got nothing left to ask you for. I made a promise, but it's more than that.
Annie Hart, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have one more guest on the program. Should we bring him on now?
I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the smash hit podcast, The Flophouse, please welcome to the stage, Stuart Wellington.
Hey, guys.
Stuart is sort of waving sarcastically.
Stuart, you look like Marty McFly.
I know. It's.
Like in a good way.
I was gonna try that out today. I'm glad
It's
you
not a
picked
bad
up
way
on
to
that.
look like Marty McFly, though.
No. I like it. I dig it.
Guys, can I say something real quick?
I would love it if you said something.
You know,
I mean, can you say something, or are you chicken?
now I have to say
Yeah.
something. You know, I used to define edging as.
Webster's dictionary defines edging as.
Don't give us your standard Toastmasters bullshit, okay?
I used to define edging as, you know, the look on Roger Rabbit's face when Judge Doom is knocking shave and a haircut on the door. But now I think it's me sitting in the audience listening to you guys talk about The Witcher 3 and Triple X, knowing I can't say anything. It was very difficult.
So
for
do you
me.
have, I mean, obviously, you know, Obviously,
Yes.
this audience doesn't want to be here for another 90 minutes while. But do
While
you
we
have,
play one cutscene from The Witcher 3.
yeah. And then we'll watch a Metal Gear Solid cutscene, and then we'll all go to sleep.
With The Witcher 3.
Yeah. What do you? I would love to hear some truncated thoughts on both of these things from you.
So The Witcher
Stuart.
3, the moment when I was like, fuck this game, was probably an hour in when your character gets to go and get his hair cut. And I'm like,
Wait, are you serious?
yeah. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut. And every option still has a ponytail.
And you're like,
Not my kind of fantasy.
open world my ass.
Oh, what a game. And Triple X, woo doggy. Any movie where the secret agent needs a DJ to accompany him on his quest is amazing.
I actually, on my way to the airport in Los Angeles, I listened to the Flophouse about the new Triple X movie, which was, as all episodes of the Flophouse are, a delightful delight.
Get out of here.
And I was surprised to note that, spoiler alert, the three of you really enjoyed the movie.
Oh, yeah. Good. I mean, Jordan can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna when on the plane on the way home, I'm gonna turn to my right and say, "Have you heard the good news about Xander Cage?"
So when I was preparing a PowerPoint presentation on the Triple X franchise, I discovered that it's a very difficult movie to Google. Like if you Google image search Triple X explosion, you're gonna get some not safe for work images.
Sure, yeah. Triple X stepmom.
From DJ to BJ.
There you go.
Yes, thank
Thanks,
you.
Cristela. Thank you. Write that down. Use that in your ads.
Yeah. Go with it.
I'm selling shirts after this.
From DJ to BJ.
Well, Stuart, you and your friends on the Flophouse are known for watching some of the not best movies in the world.
Sure, you could say that.
And I think that the three of you, and I'll be honest, mostly Dan,
Yep.
are interested in the erotic potential of these movies.
Sure.
And while you are no Dan, sir,
I am not, no.
and I wouldn't ask you to be,
Thank you.
we have prepared a special quiz for the two of you here on this stage.
Oh.
Before we get into it, and before I explain its connection to Dan, I would like each of you to
A person who's not here.
I would like each of you to pick one audience member to represent in this audience, because somebody's going to win a prize, and it ain't going to be you two. Your prize is the love and laughter that you'll receive from the audience. So who would like to be, from this half of the crowd, who would like to be Stuart's little person?
Yeah.
Which person are
There's
you
a fellow who stood up.
There's a fellow who stood up with a backwards baseball cap on.
Wow, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Okay,
Ladies
that
and gentlemen,
Jamie Kennedy?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Ronathan?
Fuck you, Ronathan. Pick somebody else.
I like
family
Ronathan's
name.
style.
You're playing for Ronathan.
Okay. Stuart.
Ronathan.
I'll just write, Ronathan's too long. I'll write Stuart and asshole.
That's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Cristela, will you pick someone from the crowd to represent?
She's the first one I saw, right? Here in the
Crystal.
front.
Cristela and Crystal.
Oh, hey! Hey, girl.
You should drink some Cristal later.
I think those names have the same level of synergy as Stuart plus asshole.
Because of Stuart and his Flophouse's friends' interest in erotic cinema, we have created a special quiz for you called Skinamax Movie or Some Shit We Made Up. We'll be presenting you with three choices.
Oh, man, I
One
hope
of
one of
them-
them stars Shannon Tweed.
One of them will be a real erotic thriller. 2 of them will be some shit we made up. But you're not playing for nothing, guys. We have 2 amazing prizes for the audience member who you represent should you win. First of all, Jordan's got something special he's brought.
Yes, in addition to my
4 more pairs of underpants.
I hope you like boxer briefs. No, this is actually something that I picked up while underwear shopping. This is from the $5 DVD bin at Walmart.
It was right next to the underwear, right?
Yes, yeah. I didn't buy underwear. I just have my penis through a DVD now. I'm like, well, I only have $5.
Ma'am, I'm here to deliver this DVD to you.
So I'll show this. So this is Keanu Reeves, Brotherhood of Justice, and on the front is a picture of John Wick. This isn't John Wick. This is a movie from 1986 starring Keanu Reeves and Kiefer Sutherland. They just put John Wick on the front. But also, in addition to Brotherhood of Justice, you also get 7 other movies, including The Wild Ride, Ministry of Vengeance, Forever Mine, Confessions of a Police Captain, A Dangerous Place, Demolition High, starring Corey Haim, and Street Corner Justice, starring Bryan Cranston.
Whoa.
Is Demolition High a high school remake of Demolition Man?
Right, yeah.
That's like Walmart Criterion.
Yes.
But that's not the only prize you'll win. Someone else went to a local store. God damn it. I wanted to provide something that you can only get here in the northeastern United States. So our winner will also take home this giant jug of Utz brand cheese balls.
Did it just get hornier in here?
The cheese balls come with 6 movies.
Cristela, you came...
Yeah, including Lil Face Off. Face Off babies. Face Off babies.
It's directed by John Woo.
Nicolas Cage is still in that one, though. Right?
Yeah.
You only see his legs.
Yeah.
Good Muppet Babies poll.
Yeah.
Cristela, you came from further, so we're going to let you go first.
Sweet.
Remember, we're going to give you 3 options.
Yes.
2 of them will be some shit we made up.
Yes.
1 of them will be a real erotic film.
Got it.
Here's our first question. Married People Single Sex 2, Hotter Than July. Married People Single Sex 2, For Better or For Worse. Or Married People Single Sex 2, The Secret of the Ooze, which is chlamydia.
One is real.
Yeah.
One is real.
Which of these is real?
I'm going to
You can talk through
say
it.
For better or worse.
You're absolutely correct. The correct answer. Married People Single Sex 2, For Better or For Worse. We're looking at the cover of Married People Single Sex 2, For Better or For Worse.
Is that the police synchronicity?
Yeah, I feel like the director of the movie just handed the cover of Synchronicity by the Police to a teenager who knows Photoshop.
Yes.
Stuart, you're already behind. Are you ready for your
behind the 8
question?
ball. Yeah,
Okay.
give it to me.
Question 2. A, sexy search and rescue. B, sexy SWAT team. Or C, sexy accounts receivable.
Raise your hand if you've masturbated to any of these.
I will tonight.
So my heart's saying C.
Your heart is always with our friends in accounts receivable, the true American heroes.
I'm going to say sexy search and rescue.
Incorrect. It's
No.
sexy
SWAT team.
SWAT team.
SWAT team. I knew this. SWAT team.
Cut it. Yes.
I knew knew this.
Seems,
I love Skinamax movies. I do. I love them.
There's
They make no sense.
There's a story.
I know. She's a bored housewife
Yeah.
who needs excitement.
Sure.
These Japanese women pictured are like they're in SWAT team gear, but first of all, I think it's two of the same picture but flipped. Like, we only got the photographer for 15 minutes. He can take one shot. See what you can do with it in Photoshop. But also, like, they're a SWAT team, but they appear to be a karate SWAT team. Like, she's doing, like, the I'm gonna karate strike you pose.
I like that it's uncut and unrated, so you get the director's real vision.
Yeah.
They look like NWA fans.
Yeah. The studio notes kept saying, make this less sexy.
I won't do it. I have integrity. Cristela, this one's for you.
Okay.
Skinamax or some shit we made up. Hobo Babe, The Romance of the Rails. Busty Cops. Stacked Nurses 2, The Juggening. Which of these is real? Hobo Babe, The Romance of the Rails, Busty Cops, or Stacked Nurses 2, The Juggening?
Busty cops.
Busty
Absolutely
Cops.
correct.
They are busty.
To protect and service.
Is that the official Cops font? Like, I'm a fan of the TV show Cops. Maybe this is like that.
Yeah.
They're just like, we blew the budget on typeface licensing. We're gonna have to hire porn stars instead of actors.
Why is the S larger than the other letters?
It's to let you know that it's extra sassy. Back to you, Stuart. Question number 4. The sensual kitchen, the exotic time machine, or adults only race car. One of these is real. Again, we did not make up all 3 of these.
Kitchen, 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 kitchen. Show me kitchen.
Exotic time machine.
Take the ultimate pleasure trip.
True to H.G. Wells' original vision.
It's like
Before
Quantum
this-
Leap, but for adults.
Sure, yeah.
Before the studio kept giving him notes to make it less sexy.
I
Okay.
guess the erotic time machine was already taken.
Right. It's exotic.
This one's for you,
Yes.
Cristela. You've got the lead here.
Which of these is real? Lady Chatterley's Lover, The Next Generation. Lolita 2000. 30,000 Leagues Under D's Nuts. Which is real?
I know for a fact it's the first one.
No, Lolita 2000.
Oh, that hurt.
You may have made all the right answers, B.
Yet, I was feeling kind of weird that I was so well versed in Skinamax movies, so I love that. Okay.
The forbidden
Lolita
stories.
Lolita Y2K.
Right.
They were
It's just a really like sexy teenage girl like stockpiling canned goods.
yeah.
That was made in like 2009, right? So it's
Yeah.
a period piece.
Yeah.
Remember 2000 when everything had a space background? Yeah. Okay, this one's for you, Stu.
Okay.
Below the sea of the hyper babes,
Okay.
beneath the valley of the ultra vixens, or over the rainbow of the fruit flavors.
This is a hard one.
Again, Stuart, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but one of these is real.
Trying to narrow it down between hyper and ultra. I'm gonna go ultra vixens.
You're correct. Beneath the valley of the ultra vixens. 6 chicks in search of a cluck. A horny.
Aren't we all?
Here's the pull quote that's on the cover. A horny little tale of Olympian togetherness, faith healing, bra busting humor, jogging, therapeutic cuckolding.
Therapeutic cuckolding. That's got to be a like Pornhub category, right?
And for the girls, hulking Herculean masculinity. It has therapeutic cuckolding because this was before they had invented ASMR cuckolding.
Oh, right, yeah. I taught a seminar on therapeutic cuckolding this weekend. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who participated.
So in that...
You're so... Wait, can I do ASMR cuckolding?
Do it.
You're so much bigger than my husband.
He never has time for me. Marcella, this one's for you.
Okay.
Which of these is real? Night Nurse, Mystery on Party Island. Lethal Ladies, Return to Savage Beach.
And I want to clarify, these are acronyms.
Yes,
The first
Night.
word in each of these is an acronym.
Ultimate Gumbo, Celebrity Chef Paul Prudhomme's Secret Recipe. Night Nurse, Mystery on Party Island. Lethal Ladies, Return to Savage Beach. Ultimate Gumbo, Celebrity Chef Paul Prudhomme's Secret Recipe.
Oh, God, this is a
You
hard
guys,
one.
Jordan Jesse Go fans won't be able to guess who wrote that joke. Joke in quotation marks.
I wish I had a lifeline to use. I will say Lethal Ladies. Is that right?
You're absolutely
Yes.
correct.
Return to Savage Beach.
It's part of the Andy Sedaris collection.
A real
David
mascot.
Sedaris' older brother who went in a very different direction.
R.I.P. by the way.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Andy
It's
Sedaris.
fantastic.
The slogan of that one is "The big guns are back." Okay, Stuart.
Sure.
Here we go for you. I
Okay.
haven't really been keeping score, so let's say this one. I think Cristela is leading 3-1, so this one's worth 3 points. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds fair. It's the golden snitch.
Cristela, by the way, literally wearing a T-shirt that says "Equal Pay Now."
Shattering the glass ceiling of fake quizzes.
Nixon preventing the passage of the Equal Rights Amendment is the only thing standing between you and multi-point questions, Cristela. Here's your choices, Stuart.
Okay.
Skinamax movie or some shit we made up. Andromeda, the Pleasure Planet. Sexolopolis, City of Love. Or Don Quixote, Man of La Mancha.
I'm gonna go.
You haven't lived till you've seen Sancho Panza's crank.
Yeah. They fuck the shit out of that windmill too.
Yeah. But that's what they're into.
I'm gonna do Andromeda, the Pleasure Planet.
Fucking a windmill is called a Dutch fuck.
Yeah. A Dutch lovin'? Anyway.
Andromeda, the Pleasure
Andromeda,
Planet.
the Pleasure Planet. 18 and up.
Yeah, looks like you've got the lead now.
Uh-oh.
By the way, Andromeda, the Pleasure Planet, definitely the Tron font.
yeah.
People are mad in the MaxFunCon audience if you say it's the Tron font and it's not the Tron font. Not just because it's not quite the Tron font, but also because you said font instead of typeface.
All right, somebody just yell out one thing that's pissed you off about the show so far.
No corrections?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me know after the show.
Yeah, no. Let Papa John know on Twitter.
Yeah.
At I am Papa John. Jordan?
Okay. So this is for
This is for all the marbles.
Some marbles. There's some marbles
We
involved.
think we wrote 9 of these,
Yeah.
so this is probably for all the marbles, because it's definitely
but there might be
number
one
9.
more.
Yeah.
Anyway. Which of these is real? Robotrix, Star Nurses, Babe of the Future, Mamos, the Breast Nebula,
Star Nurse.
Robotrix.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. It's Asshole. Come on up and collect your prize.
Hey!
Wow, we couldn't even see your leggings from the audience. Congratulations, Ronathan. Wow, or your novelty shirt. Holy mackerel. No one wins like Ronathan. Congratulations to Ronathan.
Backwards, my neighbor Totoro hat.
But Crystal, we've got good news for you. There's a consolation prize. Come on up here and collect it. Crystal, ladies and gentlemen, you've won this jar of gravy.
Jar of gravy.
Congratulations.
I kind of feel like Hillary right now.
I hope you don't have to fly with that later and
Bernie
drink
would
it
have won
in
the Skinamax quiz.
Yeah, she gets to the TSA. She's like, I don't want to let this go to waste.
Chug.
Yes.
Should we get on with momentous occasions?
Yes. Oh, wait, there's one more.
Oh, wait, there's one more. Let's just do it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
Okay,
just do it.
audience member, you have to yell out which is real.
Okay.
Okay. Bikini Jones and the Temple of Eros. Close Encounters of the Butt Kind. Felch Cassidy and the Sundance Clit.
I think I'm hearing A.
I'm hearing A. Let's see.
It's Bikini Jones.
Yes.
Starring Penthouse Pet of the Year, Heather Vandeven.
The weird thing is, I got kind of irritated that you didn't continue the Spielberg joke between all three of those names.
Right, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
when Jordan thought of Felch Cassidy and the Sundance Clit,
Yeah, you can't leave gold like that lying on the ground.
I guess we
yeah.
could have done all William Goldman
Alex,
movies or
can you
something.
move this slightly? Can you move this slightly to the side so it doesn't block the thing there? Okay. We're going to get into momentous occasions. Earlier on the program.
I think there's another one.
There's one more?
Okay,
You guys don't know how many you wrote?
listen. We did some shrooms.
We sort of went into a fugue state.
Well, this one's good here. Okay, which of these is
Okay.
real?
How did you give away the prize?
Oh, right. This is a fun one. Okay, the
Okay,
final one.
One of these is real. Sex hex. Sex checks. Sex mex.
That was my nickname in college.
Yeah! The correct
Sex
answer
hex.
is sex hex. She'll love you to death. Okay. When something momentous happens to you, like you realize there's two perfect jokes that you thought of that you haven't used yet. The Temple of Clit, or whatever. What was that?
Felch Cassidy and the Sundance Clit.
And Sex Mex.
It's sex mex.
Which, by the way, is just fucking with a side of queso, which is a type of cheese sauce.
Popular in South Texas.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah. When something is that good? Queso? The thing that
I
Texans
was
are
like,
always
fucking
telling
with
you
a
about.
side of queso.
Like the cheese sauce. I've never had the cheese sauce.
Queso is very good.
Is it?
Queso
Okay.
Yes,
rules.
it's very good. It's
Okay.
it has to be the right one, but yes.
Okay. I'm surprised to hear that it has to be the right one.
Oh, absolutely.
If it were a regional delicacy that didn't have to be the right one, it wouldn't be a regional delicacy.
Hey, Mexican food has been gentrified.
So you're against gentrified queso?
Yes.
Isn't queso just like Velveeta?
No.
What
Oh,
is it?
God, please. No,
What
no,
is
no.
it?
You offended me.
Sorry.
Sex Mex is angry.
Sex mex smash.
What is in queso?
It's a different kind of queso, actually. It's a more like a Mexican queso that you melt down, and actually, when you get a little exotic, you can add chorizo to it. So it's not Velveeta. Like if you go to South Texas, especially San Antonio and South, and even Houston and Austin, you get really good queso. It's like legit. So it's actually thicker. You can put it on a flour tortilla, make a taco.
Oh,
it's
snap.
really good. Sex Mex.
I feel like queso might be like a warning food for a mustached gentleman.
Sure.
Real dangerous. There's a lot of Oaxacan people who live near our office in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And I fuck with a particular Oaxacan appetizer.
Yes.
Which is quesillo fundido.
Yeah.
Which is cheese that has they have added mushrooms and
Yes.
chorizo,
Yes.
and then fried it in a cast iron pan, and they just serve it to you kind of fucking stretchy.
Yeah.
That shit is the dopest shit in the world.
That's kind of what the queso is. It's just very similar. Like that's what the queso that I grew up with in Texas is. It's that. It's like bomb ass stuff. It's like bomb
fucking
ass shit.
cheese talk up here. Jordan, you used to be a cheesemonger. You got anything to add to this?
Listen, I don't like to talk about that part of my life. It's behind me.
When something momentous happens to you, like you cased a really spectacular Stilton, we ask you to share it with us for our segment Momentous Occasions. You filled out cards before the show. We've picked a few thanks to our brilliant producer, Jennifer Marmer. How about a hand for Jen? Remember, if this all goes wrong, it's her fault. Where's Alexandra and Jean-Michel? Alexandra and Jean-Michel. Come on up, guys. Hustle on up. And if Anne can get ready to come up, Alexandra, no, like really hustle on up. Because otherwise we have to fill the time. Jesus Christ, no, actually do it. There's your microphone right there. Hi, Alexandra and Jean-Michel.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey guys.
Great voice.
Good
Thank you.
Voice.
I was talking with
Do you want
Jean-Michel.
some,
I was
ASMR.
I was talking with Jean-Michel last night at the party, and I literally wanted to quit podcasting because he has such a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this, you take the keys to the company.
Can you say KNX 1070 News Radio? You can do it after the show.
Yeah.
About WKRP in Cincinnati.
Wow.
It works.
great.
It works.
Actually, Jordan is specifically asking you to do it after the show, like up in his room.
Yeah. I have some local jingles I want to hear.
Alexandra and Jean-Michel, what's your momentous occasion? Alexandra?
Well, last weekend on Saturday, we got married.
Congratulations!
Oh, okay. Clap for the patriarchy.
This is a two-parter, and the second part is that we also last week got the keys to our storefront, and we're opening a comic book and tabletop gaming shop in our hometown.
Wow.
So yeah, maybe is this something you want to like plug just in case any of the listeners like have a nerd friend they can relay it to?
Yeah.
'Cause they probably won't be interested themselves, but maybe.
Go ahead and buzz market it right into that microphone for there's tens of thousands listening at home. As many as a dozen people are listening at home.
Mega Brain Comics in Rhinebeck, New York, you guys.
Rhinebeck, New York. Well, in honor of the two of you going back to your hometown to open a comic book and tabletop game store, we'd like to present you with this award for being a self-parody of a MaxFunCon attendee. Congratulations, Alexandra and Jean-Michel.
It boomeranged to you.
Anne, where's Anne? I gave you a warning. Come on up. No, like jog. Yeah, now we're talking.
Anne.
Hi, Anne. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Very well. Address that microphone very directly. What's your momentous occasion?
My cat had a messy accident where
Oh my gosh. First of all, what kind of cat is it?
it's a Maine Coon mix. Her name's
Oh,
Ramona.
that's a hefty kitty, isn't it?
She's a big cat. Yeah, she's 13 pounds.
What's her name again?
Ramona.
Ramona.
So I have a
Is
tradition.
her age 8?
Oh, what's that?
Is her age 8?
9.
Oh, Ramona humor there. Thanks, Cristela.
It's a YA humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did your giant cat had an accident? It was kind of a super fudge.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a tradition at my birthday parties. I get piñatas and I fill them with just
That's
random stuff.
a pretty classic birthday party
So,
tradition.
I
Not
gotta-
one typically carried into adulthood, but continue.
Well, fill them with adult things.
Yeah.
Like there was a coupon to the local sex store, so I got a bunch of weird flavors of lube, and everyone had a good time. I was kind of drunk. My cat escaped.
So this piñata that is filled with lube, it's kind of a sex-mex tradition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sex mess. So after the piñata, I guess one of the lube things broke. It was the chocolate one, and the next day my cat shows up at the door, and it was very clear that she had eaten the chocolate lube, and it looked exactly the same going in as going out.
Oh!
Story of my life.
And then I had a hangover, and I had to give her a bath.
Yeah. But the good news is it was the perfect time for her to try anal. Ladies and gentlemen, Anne! Where's Ashley D? Ashley D, come on up. Ashley D. As quickly as you can.
Come on
Ashley,
down.
ladies and gentlemen.
Ashley D.
Pull that mic straight down to your face. There you go. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
What's your momentous occasion, Ashley?
This happened a few years ago. I was
Okay, well,
Yes. But,
Can't have
it's
everything,
a pretty good
you know?
moment, so it's
Okay.
a good icebreaker at parties
Yeah.
and things. So I was on a safari in Africa. I went there when I was in college, and I got bit by a monkey. I
Wow.
was there, yes.
And now you fight crime as Monkey Girl.
That's my night job, yes,
Right.
of course. So, no, but monkeys in Africa on safari, they're like pigeons in New York City. Like, they won't leave you alone. They're all around you. And I was just sitting there minding my own business, and next thing you know, I felt one just come right up on me and bit me. So,
Holy shit.
yeah, it was a little scary. I guess it chased me around afterwards.
A little scary?
Yeah.
It was a little monkey, but still, I mean, it's a monkey.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's like if a baby had fangs.
Yes. That's very nice, so.
That's fucked up. Do you think that it thought you were a berry?
I don't know what it was thinking. I know
What
it
do
was-
monkeys like grapes in science experiments, right? Shouldn't have been carrying those grapes.
Yeah.
That's on you.
I had just dozens of bananas in my pocket. I don't know.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Is that a
Is
banana
that
in
a
your
banana
pocket?
in your pocket?
Or are you just looking to get bit by a monkey?
Thank you, Ashley. Ashley, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Ivy? Ivy, come on up.
Ivy.
Ivy. Here comes Ivy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Ivy. Ivy, what's your momentous occasion? You can literally just point it completely downward, yeah.
So I had a stroke.
Oh, congratulations.
A stroke of good luck?
I'm 25 and I was 24. Because math.
Right.
Yeah, and I was misdiagnosed.
Wait, when you say you were misdiagnosed, do you mean that you actually didn't have a stroke? You were just having a particularly limp-lipped day?
No, it was the opposite. They were like, oh, your anti-anxiety medication's making you have, like, word vomit.
Oh,
And I was like-
they were like, no, we're just making toast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had, a series of mini strokes throughout the week. And I was misdiagnosed by a male doctor. Feminism. And he literally said, you could be having like a stroke, but I could send you to the neurologist, but I don't think that's what it is. And yeah.
So
And
he
then-
was stroke-splaining to you. And he said Bernie would have won.
And he's like, frankly, my money is on hysteria.
Yes.
Have you recovered?
Yeah, so basically, my right fingertip is it's like I have a Band-Aid around it all the time.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot.
Sounds like a living hell.
Yeah.
Are there support groups or?
No, I got really lucky, and like the nurses on the floor were like really impressed how low maintenance I was, because everyone else on the neurology floor was like,
Yeah,
Bunch of assholes.
These high maintenance stroke victims.
Fucking snowflakes, right?
no matter what, you always peed right into that jug.
Yeah. Congratulations on being well, huh? We're very happy for you.
Thank you. You've handed us a pug calendar?
These are pages from some sort of pug-a-day calendar.
Oh, she just doesn't want to throw them away. So she's
Here's
making
my
us
trash.
have them.
Yes.
You know these aren't living creatures. Okay,
Cool,
she
yeah,
says
these
she'll
are
come
great
get them
bugs.
later. Thank you very much. They are some... A pug is one of the fattest dogs. Do you think marmots are a type of pug?
One could only assume.
Yeah. We have one non-disclosure agreement to violate.
Let's do that.
We got a little spooked on non-disclosure agreement. We've been having people, for those of you who aren't Jordan Jesse Go listeners, we've been having people call in to Jordan Jesse Go to violate their non-disclosure agreements. And for the most part, we got what we expected, which is to say, people who had been on consumer panels of new types of whipped cream dispenser.
As we all do.
Yeah. Until someone called in with a national security secret. Perhaps the most distressing and confusing thing that's ever happened on our program. But we're going to dip our toe back in the waters. Where's Glenn Tickle? Glenn Tickle, come on up.
Hi, friends.
I guess the part of this where you do it anonymously is now in the toilet.
I'm not scared of the Travel Channel.
Now, Glenn, you are actually the source. I saw someone wearing a Garabba T-shirt yesterday.
Yes.
You are the origin. You are the river from which flows Garabba.
Yeah, I would like to set the record straight publicly. I made the audience yell, "Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em."
Yeah, so
The
Glenn
most
is...
obvious thing they would have yelled.
Glenn
and-
is a stand-up comic.
God,
And
this is like the world's hardest thing to explain.
I bought that shirt and I hate wearing it because it elicits the most questions from strangers.
Right, and then
there's
you have to
there's no
admit to
brief
strangers-
explanation of that shirt.
it's the standard problem of Jordan Jesse Go T-shirt, which is you have to tell people you like Jordan Jesse Go. But you're a stand-up comic, and you called in a momentous occasion, which was that you were on stage, and you got the audience to say our slogan at the time, "Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em." But we couldn't tell what the audience was saying, and presumed that they were saying Garabba.
Right.
That's a pretty good description.
And Garabba, we decided, was our sort of safety watchword. G.
I don't remember.
Get help. I can do it.
Okay.
G, get help.
Yeah.
A, assess the situation. R, read up on it. A, assess the situation again.
Okay.
B, be kind to yourself. And A,
Abstinence.
I think it's the abstinence that makes the shirt hard to wear.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's a weird class of people that want to ask me about it.
To be clear, in Glenn's case, when he says it's hard to wear, he means he's hard because he's abstinent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the NDA you want to violate, Glenn T?
The thing is, I don't know why they made me sign the NDA.
Right.
I shot a thing for Travel Channel.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I had to ride a roller coaster 8 times and pretend that it was the first time all 8 times. And my friend threw up on my leg. After
Wait.
the 4th time.
The Travel Channel is lying to us?
This is for their new show, Roller Coaster Bros, right?
They do one on water
Sorry,
slides.
Roller
This is like a
Broster, that's
brand,
better.
But because she got sick.
Roller Broster is a type of chicken. They serve at Kenny Rogers.
Serves it to you on skates.
So in the episode, the narrative of this roller coaster adventure is
drive-in Kenny
we went on
Rogers.
a smaller ride first and then went on the big scary roller coaster, but we did it backwards in reality, but my friend threw up on my leg, so she couldn't go on the first ride. So we had to like come up with this fake narrative that she was too scared to go on the little ride. But then had all this footage of her on the other one, and they're like, you can't tell anybody because it'll ruin the episode.
Well, Glenn, fucking, first of all, you're welcome. Second of all, now we know who Deep Throat is. Third of all, Woodward and Bernstein right here. All the President's Men right here on this stage. We just ripped this shit wide open.
Hell yeah.
Coaster Gate starts here.
We're tired of your lies. Glenn Tickle, ladies and gentlemen.
We got one more of these?
What was the name of that show again? Roller Coaster? What's going on? Okay.
It was called Kenny Rogers Brosters. Prite, 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 Prit, Prite.
Yeah,
Somebody's
sorry,
like,
we're
oh, I
mangling the
forgot
name.
what name I made up for myself. Come on up, please.
Oh.
Really?
Just bailed?
They haven't lived
Prite!
in 30
Exclamation mark
years.
heart.
The audience. Someone
he's
from the
pooping.
audience yelled, "He's pooping."
God damn it! This was the big closer.
Oh,
Is that our person running up right now?
Yeah.
No.
Are you Prite? Yeah, that's Prite.
Right.
Let's go into the mic. And what's your momentous occasion?
Pull that mic all the way down for yourself. Prite, I want you to know this better be good because you almost fucked us. And I do not care to be fucked.
I was just gonna try and find some way to call back Sex Mex again.
Yeah.
Well, I might have misunderstood the point of the exercise. It sounds like these were some really good stories, actually.
What's your momentous occasion?
Well, I really just wanted to contribute my good feelings about the convention. My inexplicable room banshee who gave me Charlie horses for the weekend. Those delectable lobster lollipops that some really nice person brought to the RPG game. They were great. I love sheep candy. It's awesome.
I'm glad about most of these things. But I think you said your terror room banshee?
Oh, that's none of
I don't want to distract from what's important here, which is lobster-shaped lollipops.
Frankly, that was the centerpiece.
But can we focus on the banshee?
I think sometimes it's better not. I consider myself a person of science, and let's just, come out and say that the most scientific explanation I could think of for the leg pain was probably the banshee.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just getting a tweet from Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hold on.
He's on
Oh, it's just about
everything,
Jurassic
yeah.
Park being impossible. Sorry.
I'll get in contact with him.
what a
He'll just
fucking
bring the
bummer.
buzz way down.
Janine Brito and April Richardson were among the people in my car on the way here. And as they were checking in, April was mad at me for jokingly suggesting that this hotel was haunted. And as they were checking in, Janine checked in first, and then April said, "Are there any adjoining rooms in case I get scared?" Which I thought was a pretty good gag. I was like, oh, classic comedians joshing around with each other, until Janine Brito, just before the show, told me, yeah, April Richardson came in and slept in my other bed last night.
Yes.
Guys, but everybody, look under your chair. You're getting a ghost. You're getting a ghost. You're getting a ghost.
That's been our
That's
show!
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Before we leave, Cristela, it's been so wonderful to have you here at the conference. I'm so proud to have you be part of this and glad to have you be part of this. We want to give you this award, a special citation in comedy to Cristela Alonzo for achievements in being awesome.
Crystal, this is for us. This is for us, Crystal.
And Stuart, you want to go get high in the parking lot?
Sure.
Thank you guys so much for coming and being part of MaxFunCon.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Stu.